All right, so we are going to have Russell Wilson, Cam Hayward, and Deshaun Elliott in these post-game press conferences. And, yeah. Um, I gotta say, I think this plays into my theory about Russ and what he wears when he talks to the press. That he wears his jersey and pads during wins, but he's in street clothes and losses. And I might have brought this up. I don't remember if I did. But that could be if he's doing some media press stuff out on the field because they won. Which is very well possible. I just don't know for sure. Or if that's something he's choosing to do, whether he even realizes it or not. But I think that that's been a thing every single time he's won the game. He's in his jersey and pads, and every time he loses, street clothes. So we'll have to see. But, yes, Aubrey made the field goal. Yay. Sorry, guys, I'm dealing with fantasy football, and I'm trying to make the playoffs. Right now, I have a 98% chance of winning this game, and I'm projected to win by 10. Right now, I have Aubrey and Higgins. Opponent has Chase and Dowdle. And Aubrey just made a 40-some-odd-yard field goal. I could actually look that up. A 47-yard field goal to give me an extra 4 points. And T. Higgins only has 3.7 compared to Jamar Chase 26.7. And Dowdle's at 15.5. So, yeah. This is going to be interesting to say the least. So we're going to get into the players, though.
Russ, this is a second game in a row that you played against Cleveland when things were much better coming out of the locker room in the second half than going in. What did you guys do at halftime in terms of adjustments to make things go smoother in the second half?
We just made plays. I think, that defense is really good. They're really talented. They're coached extremely well. They make a lot of plays. They got good pass rushers, all the things they do. And we knew it was going to be a battle. We knew it was going to be tough physical game throughout the game. We just had to answer the call, and defense did a good job of giving us some turnovers. When Keanu got that interception, that was a huge play, and then we go answer, and then I think TJ and Cam and all those guys just did a great job. Alex being back in there, and then offensively, I thought our offensive line did a tremendous job, especially when we got to the second half. We were able to get some real good runs in there and get some big first downs. We went tempo. I thought Arthur Smith did a great job of getting us into plays and getting us into situations as well. And we just took advantage of some of the looks that we had. They did a good job, just kind of stopping us. We, had some stuff there early and felt like we weren't hitting it as much. And we just, they made some plays. They made some plays early, but I thought that that's an interesting ringtone right there, brother. You got the train ringtone. But I thought that we did a really good job of responding, and I think that's what we've done all year throughout the season.
Your running today, was that just taking also advantage of opportunities, or was that something?
Yeah, I think that it was it was something that they were crowding the box and all that kind of stuff, and. We had the run that I pulled in on the third down and short. I think it was 3rd and 2, something like that. Arthur got us to the line. We had a call there, and Miles went down. I ended up pulling it. I tried to cut back and didn't know what was behind me necessarily, so I went down, slid, and just got the first down. And I think down in the red zone, we tried to get the ball to Pat, and they jumped it. So I was going to throw it, but it wasn't there. So just kind of took off, tried to get the first down there, and then we scored. I think the following play, or whatever it was. So those are good things. Obviously, I think that my biggest goal always is get the ball to the right guy at the right time, and also to use my legs when necessary, obviously. And I still feel ready to run and get things done when I need to.
Early that was taking away whatever you might want to do with it, taking away the middle of the field, and how did you solve all that? What did you do later?
To be honest with you, I think we just got a little bit crisper, we got a little bit better. I think that it felt like the first half was just both sides of the ball was just kind of, but both teams, were just kind of, it was kind of game had to kind of get started a little bit. Sometimes that's just, you can't panic in those situations. It's a fourth quarter game for a reason. It's always great when you score in the first quarter and you score multiple times, but if not, let's just score in the second and third and fourth, and let's find a way. We got the best kicker in the world. He had a huge field goal. We got, we drove down the field. Mike made that great catch, I think, on a couple plays, and got in field goal range. And I know I think it was third and long. Mike ran an out route, and we hit him to get in the field goal range. That was a big field goal. And then we kind of got hot in the second half. We just came out and just really executed our offense, executed what Arthur wanted us to get to, and I thought that was a good thing. And it was cool to see Van get in the end zone on that play. We went up tempo on that, and then also too, the one later too as well. We hit with Big Pat up the seam, so that was a great job. And I think I just I gotta give credit to Arthur, all the stuff we were able to do. I think that a lot of it is spending time on film study and what we can see and what we like. And I think Pat did a great job at running up the seam. We had a little bit different concept earlier in the week, and we just adjusted it later in the week. And it was like, hey man, if he runs that seam, he may be wide open. We talked about that, and just those little Friday meetings help, And so we're just we're always working. We're always trying to find ways to score. And I think when you got a complete team effort, it always helps.
You make that play, the touchdown, with looking like you might want to run it, and then you throw it to Pat?
Say it one more time.
You kind of bait on that play. It looks like you start to tuck it like you're going to run it, and then you throw it to Pat?
I think you're talking about the one I threw to Van.
On the touchdown to Pat.
Yeah, the one to Pat was just a drop back. We had the out route to the left, and then Pat did a really good job. Such a good job in man-to-man. He does a really good job of isolating guys, and he widened the guy, and ended up, catching the touchdown there. That was a good job on the line. And then the one to Van is, I think, it's the one you're talking about. It's kind of I don't know. It's a little play that we have that's a lot of options of what we can do, and Van did a good job getting in there.
Russ, 10 players caught the ball last week, 9 different guys this week,
Yeah.
including those back shoulder deep balls to Scotty and Mike. What does it say about this offense that you can keep distributing the football to so many different places?
Yeah, I think the fact that we got so many guys that we can trust. I think, obviously 9 guys caught it this week. Last week, 10 guys. I think that the guy that we're missing was George, the QB10th. But I just think that, guys, we have so much confidence in everybody. I think how we play together, we're having fun. We're enjoying the process. We're working our tails off every day. And it's about winning. It's about that process of that. So we're doing the right things. We got to get better. We got to keep working. But man, we're having a lot of fun. I think that when you got guys that can step up, like Scotty Miller today, which was unbelievable plays by him, made some great plays. I trust him. I have no doubt that he's going to make a great play. And just try to give him a chance and put the ball where only he can get it. Same thing with Big Mike. Obviously we traded for him in a big way. Obviously his first catch as a Pittsburgh Steelers was a touchdown against the Commanders to win the game for us. In a way, he kind of helped seal the game this week too, and with some big catches on third down. So there's guys that we trust. Obviously, we want to be able to facilitate the ball to everybody and just make it really hard on the defense.
How big of an adjustment without George in the lineup?
Say it one more time.
How big of an adjustment without George in the lineup?
Yeah, obviously, listen, George is, arguably, in my opinion, one of the best receivers in the National Football League. Anytime he's on the field, it's a good thing for us. We love George out there. We were hoping he was going to be able to go, and everything else. But, I think that, the trainers and everybody made the right decision at the last second there. Just, hey, it may not be, we got a lot of season left, and we got a lot more games, and we want him as good as he can be. We don't want something bad to happen to him. So he was hoping to get in there and play.
How does the field come in when you go up tempo?
Say it one more time.
How does the field come in when you go up tempo? Is that a coach's decision, your decision, game time decision? What do you do here?
Yeah, I think Arthur and I have a clear vision of how we want to get up tempo in different moments throughout the game. We have a lot of different packages, a lot of different things that we can do. And so I think we've done a great job of that. So far this year of how we get to certain situations, certain moments, certain tempo packages. I think it's an advantage of us. Get to see what's going on in the defense. Also, too, we get to go fast and snap the ball quick too, like we did those few times as well, which were some big plays. And we just have so much confidence in what we're doing and how we're doing it. And we're enjoying that process, and we're going to celebrate this one. But there's more things to do.
4 of these in a row for you now. I think it's safe to say you kind of got your feet wet with AFC North football, and to have a 2-game lead in the division now with a win today and Baltimore being on the bye. How much do you guys value that? How much do you take that into account? 2-game lead for first place with 4 games left.
It just means we're not done yet. We gotta keep responding. We're doing good things. And we want to do great things. So we're looking forward to the opportunity of what's ahead of us, and that's this week. Going to Philly. It's gonna be a great game, great matchup. Been to Philly a bunch, right where you are, Sal. So I think it'll be a great matchup. Two great football teams, AFC and NFC, and we got to respond the right way.
Two more. This team seems real tight.
Yeah.
Does winning do that, or does the tightness create the winning?
Yeah, I think, listen, I think it's all of it. All of it correlates. I think the best thing is we got great leadership. Guys that are Hall of Fame players in Cam and TJ. I think that guys like Killebrew, who leads the special teams, and his demeanor. I think just the guys up front, guys like Dan Moore and guys like Big Isaac, guys who have been around the game and been around this football team in a great way. I love how Naj has been stepping up to the plate every day, his leadership, his work ethic. I think all the receivers continue to rise and work in such a way, man. And obviously guys like Pat Fryermuth. I love it when they start screaming Muth. It's just his he energizes us as a football team, and he does things the right way. He goes about it the right way. There's a lot of guys that I could mention, but I think the other thing to it is I think obviously Coach Tomlin is, in my opinion, the best coach in the National Football League, maybe all of sports, in my opinion. I think how he leads us, how he communicates, his demeanor, his passion for winning and what it takes to win. It's a special thing. It's a special thing, and I can't explain it enough to you guys. How great he is as a leader and the culture here. And I also think too, from an organization standpoint, when you think about it, is I think there's been 3 head coaches here. Yeah.
In 55 years.
I mean, that's
ish.
I don't even know how to explain it. It's a movie in itself. I got to talk with Coach Bill Cowher. I remember I met him. My first time I met him was in 2008 at NC State. He's an NC State guy, and I just remember him talking to us and him talking about.
I read Cowher's
we're
book.
About to play UNC, and I just remember him walking in and just my eyes lit up. I just love watching the Pittsburgh Steelers and watching guys like Polamalu, Ben Roethlisberger, and these guys that were all-time greats, and just the defenses and for me, it's I cherish these moments every day, and every breath, every day is a special day because I get to do it with the right guys, with the highest character, the highest work ethic, and we're just doing it together. And I think that's part of winning. Part of winning is the culture, but it's also our habits, success leaves clues, and I think we're doing a good job of that.
Last one. What was it like to play in a span of 2.5 weeks against the Browns, coming back from behind in a snowstorm versus having a lead this week in the sunshine? Just how crazy that is, how different the 2 games were.
Yeah, I mean, I think first of all, going to Cleveland, obviously playing there, a tough environment, a great game. We felt like we could have won that game. Obviously, we took the lead with about 5 minutes to go, whatever it was. We got the ball back with 4 minutes to go, and we feel like as an offense, we got to close that out. Unfortunately, we didn't. This time we were able to. We were able to respond in a great way in the second half and close out the game, and I think our defense responded in a great way. So, anytime you're playing a division rival, especially within 12 days or whatever it is, it's always challenging because they know you and you know them, but it also makes it fun, especially when you're on the winning column.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
We got Cam right here.
Let's see what the final number was in yards per attempt.
Like the
James,
jacket.
but I think at one point in the third it was something like 4.5. What you guys do so well to keep a lid on things, even at times if they're maybe moving the ball in little bites.
We got turnovers. I thought Keanu's interception was big. Obviously, JP's interception. Surrendering 14 points is always huge, and I know they got some yards there in the second half, but I thought it was a good job.
Missed 2 field goals.
Early on, the touchdown they had, Jameis, went up the middle, got a big completion. But other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job.
That was like a 35-yard touchdown to Judy.
Not letting the extended plays beat us.
What adjustments did you have to make to keep those escape lanes closed out after that point?
I think it was, a coordinated rush, outsides, not getting too far afield, the inside pressure, understanding you might have 2 gaps instead of 1. That's all got to be talked about. You got to run coordinated games along with it. I thought we did a pretty good job of that today.
Cam, is Keanu showing off a game ball in there, or
game ball? It's just 1 interception. if that's the case, I'm waiting on mine. I've never got one for that, but a heck of a play. Great awareness. Just to track it down the line. It wasn't like it was, popped in the air or anything, but
no, he made
about the kid.
Great play.
He works his tail off. And I know he wants big plays all the time, but it was a big play for us in this game, and luckily to have that kid on our sideline.
Yeah, how did you balance knowing the way they threw the ball last week, but always knowing you want to and have to stop Nick Chubb?
It starts with Mr. Chubb, and we have a lot of respect for what he's done. And so, going to the game, you have to constantly think about him before you can even get to the pass. But we've seen in the weeks, the past couple weeks, Jameis has been on fire, having, 500 yards, I think, passing last week. So for us, it's, you got to stop the run early, and then, make sure it's tougher long down and distance, so they can't just throw it quickly to Njoku, because he's been a great key for them on quick passes.
Yeah, I know it's important to beat your division teams, but how much pride do you take in the fact that you guys 5-1 last year, 3-1 so far this year?
I mean, you want to be 4-0 right now.
I don't take pride in it. I just think, it's AFC North football. You have to win these games. There's a sense of urgency in our locker room. We don't overlook anybody. We understand we got to play up to it. They got the job done last time, but it wasn't about getting revenge or anything. It was about, we need to get back to playing our football. We need to get singular focused and execute better.
Yeah, what's it do for the defense when you're at full strength with Alex coming back?
I think having Alex back, it just, besides the depth factor, it's another guy who can go for 10 sacks any season. And you have to prepare for TJ, Alex, Nick Herbig, and Preston as well. Their resumes speak for themselves. And, I know those tackles are just, their heads are spinning trying to keep up with all those guys.
Cam, you're 8 sacks for the season, 88 for your career. Do you have a goal?
More.
Cam, your thoughts on just you and specifically Highsmith as well, the ability to just keep that pressure on Winston throughout the game?
I think you just, it might not have been the first move, but I think it's just being active. I thought a lot of times, it might be extended, but we were able to just bottle up the rush, and he couldn't find the escape lane. I was beating my head after that first one he got, but I thought we, really cleaned it up after that.
You've been a leader in this organization for a long time. Do you feel like there's something different about this team and how it's carried itself through the ups and downs of the season?
I think we just have a complete team. We have a team that's complementary of everybody. I'm not saying that against the teams we've had in the past, but you can look at the time of possession on the offensive side of the ball. You can look at the big special teams plays. You can look at the defense's big plays as well. All three facets. There's playmakers. There's guys that can take over a game, and we need it week in and week out. But we have the guys to do it.
And you get any extra juice playing in front of your old defensive coordinator, and are you out there reminding yourself of any things he used to teach you?
Well, I got to see them Saturday, and so Coach LeBeau, we were talking about, he was texting me last year during the season, just trying to keep my head up. I still talk to him to this day, and so I'm thankful for that relationship. I'm thankful that I got to have a DC who was at Ohio State as well, and I was just thankful to be in the room when he was around. And so also watching a guy like Casey Hampton, a leader, a glue guy, watching those guys go into the Hall of Honor, you got to play good in front of that crowd. And so, we relish that moment. But, I'm just thankful.
It's like when they had the old Super Bowl teams come in.
Have known those guys and been a part of something special.
Did you get a chance to talk to Casey Hampton today at all?
I ran after him before the game and surprised him. He's a little bit more smaller now, so it's harder to find him. But, it's always good to see him. It was very surprising to see that new jacket he got. I'm trying to figure out what size he got, because if they got it from the one when he was still playing, it'd be 4 times bigger.
Is he giving Keanu any coverage tips?
No, they ain't drop Hamp a lot.
said this morning that he thinks this is some of the best football you've played in your career. Why do you think you've been able to get the 2 sacks today, obviously? Why do you think you've been able to keep it up for so long?
Yeah, Cam's playing great.
For me, there's more to improve on, more to keep going after. There's a hunger for me that I'm not satisfied with what I've done in the past, and I expect a lot more of myself.
Cam, you mentioned complementary football. Is there a feeling right now that even if there's a slow start, that eventually Russ and this offense is going to find a way to get stuff done?
I think so. And then, with that, what can the defense do? Can we provide short fields? Can we get turnovers? That all comes together. We're just asking for 7 each time. If we can get 7 from them every drive, that's a match made in heaven. But we'll keep striving for that.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Then we got Elliott.
Okay. All right, questions for Deshaun?
He had a great game.
It seemed like you guys were kind of lined up consistently wherever they were trying to go. What adjustments did you guys make in the secondary to take away what they were trying to do?
We were just playing our brand of football. That first touchdown was just a play breakdown. We got to plaster. We got to be technically sound. And that one play we weren't. And after that, we were like, okay, let's get back to it. We felt like going into this game, it was very important to us just to make sure we didn't make the same mistakes from last time. I think we went out there and played efficiently.
Sean, what do you think it is when this defense has so many different players make plays?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Why do you think it is with this defense so many different players make, even in this game, so many different players make impact plays?
We got the guys. We've been doing this since Latrobe. We've built these building blocks for weeks and months on hand, and I feel like if we play together, we can be a great defense. We got the guys up front, and it starts there. It starts with their bigs. If their bigs are having a great game, then it makes everyone else's job easier. We have great linebackers, and we have technically sound and playmaking secondary. So once we keep going, we can be a great defense. I think we will be a great defense. We just haven't shown it fully yet, but once we put a complete game together, everyone will see that.
How exciting is it when a guy like Keanu gets an interception?
It was cool. I'm in the back. I was in the post on that play, so seeing the screen happen and seeing him put his hands up and catch it, I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't know he was that athletic. Like, he's had a lot of PBUs this year, obviously, because he's a great player, but I just didn't know he had those ball skills, too. He was trying to get out of there, too. And I think the running back was trying to make him fumble, so great ball security. I'm really proud of Keanu. I think this is, second year? So seeing the growth he's had over this whole year and watching the tape from last year, something up for him.
Sean, what does that 3 outside linebacker set that you guys had today allow you to do as a defense? Does it open up the packages a little bit on third down specifically?
We have so much depth. Our first string and second string guys have a lot of talent. So we're just trying to figure out a way to get everybody on the field. And that really confuses offenses. Like, they don't know what to do because they've never played against somebody with this much talent. Like, we have Highsmith, we have 91, we have Herb, and we have TJ. And freaking Cam at 45 years old is out there getting 2 sacks a game. Like, that's crazy.
Deshaun, I know you guys talking about a week, not a get-back game, but a get-right. But is there still some satisfaction in avenging that loss from a couple of weeks ago?
I would say yes, because when you are better than the team and you know you're better than the team and you go in there and you lay a big old goose egg on a Thursday night game, it really sucks. But at the same time, it was not a get-back game. It was, like I said, just for us to fix those things that we know we are good at and things that we shouldn't happen in the first place. So it felt good, and not just because of that, but also it's a divisional game. With that, I think we might be another game and a half ahead in the division, and these next 4 weeks is important. So you just got to take it one game at a time. It's on to Philly.
What about your defense allows you to make those adjustments in game when you guys can just say like, hey, this is what we're messing up, let's fix this, and then you deliver the performance you did for the rest of it?
I mean, everyone's smart. Everyone on the defense is savvy. We blend well together. We've been doing this for months, man. So if you can't make in-game adjustments, then how great can you be? And everybody's always on one page. And also another thing is like being an interchangeable part. Being able to play multiple positions is also something the guys can do. So I'm really proud of the guys. I'm proud of how we played, the adversity we've had over the year. And, man, this run's going to be cool.
After the running the gauntlet of the AFC North, how much are you looking forward to playing against the Eagles and what type of challenge do Hurts and Barkley present for you guys?
Great team, offensive, defensively. They have a possible offensive player of the year, a possible MVP at running back. Jalen's been doing it at a high level for years. A.J. Brown's out there, the Goddard. Like, honestly, this is a heavyweight matchup, so you can go back to the drawing board and prepare. You know, NFC is not a cakewalk, especially not the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll see.
What would you say about James Pierre coming in and making that interception?
Jamie's had a great week of practice. He has a great week of practice every week, actually. So that's just the football guys rewarding him for his hard work and the things he's done over the year. I think he got here like week 3, week 4, but since I've been knowing him, he brings great energy. Great player, great person, great man. So it's really cool to see him reap what he sows.
Let's do one more.
You guys got, within 11 days, 3 of the best teams in the league coming up next in your schedule. Were you aware of that? And how much are you looking forward to?
We know it now. We've been knowing it for the last couple of weeks, but sure, we got to line up and play. It's just going to show us how good we can be. There's no excuses, obviously. The league makes the schedule. You can't do anything about it. Depending on the flags that happen today, I feel like the league kind of hates us already, man. So it's all right. We're going to go out here. We're going to play those games. We're going to work our butts off and hopefully go out and be 3-0.
All right, thanks.
God bless. Y'all take care.
Attention golfers. The area's biggest...
So, Williams, probably Mike, if I had to guess. I don't think we have any other Williams. Porter, Watt. So, 24.90. Okay.
Vanguard Active Fixed Income. Expert team, disciplined risk, proven results. 95% of
It's all right. We're going to go out here. We're going to play those games. We're going to work our butts off and hopefully go out and be 3-0.
All right, thanks.
God bless. Y'all take care.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll cut in now. All right. So after that, a couple notes here until we get into inside the locker room stuff. Second half adjustments seemed like a heavily talked about topic with the players, and how it's like this happened, and in the second half we fixed it. It didn't happen. We kept it from happening. And that's in the case of the defense. Or the offense is, okay, we didn't do this, and we figured out a way to do this. Russ still has a little mobility, enough to get some of those, couple yards he needs. Talking about Chris, I think Chris Boswell tied his record of most field goals in a single season for the Steelers, and I believe he is 8 off of tying the NFL record all time for field goals in a season. So if he's able to make 9 more field goals in 4 games, which is completely possible, he will actually have the record. So that'll be something to watch for. And then Russ was when he was talking about smart decisions, just when he saw on the play before, I think it was Najee's touchdown, it was supposed to go to Pat. But then Russ gets it, and he's like, oh crap, they played this perfect. Pat isn't open. So he just gets a couple yards, and then Najee takes care of it on the following play. But just those smart decisions of knowing, yes, I can throw this, no, I can't. And then last week, having 10 people catch the ball. This week, 9 people caught the ball. And like Russ said, the difference may have been George Pickens, which is insane. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Because I'm just looking at fantasy still. It's about 6.5 minutes left in the Dallas-Cincy game. After I record this, I'm probably going to tune into that and hope and pray to God that Rico Dowdle and Jamar Chase don't do anything and T. Higgins and Brandon Aubrey do. But right now, Dowdle just went for 14 yards. Steelers didn't want them to extend the plays a lot, which that's with most quarterbacks. You extend the play, guys can only cover for so long. Just it happened on the touchdown to Jerry Jeudy, and it seemed like in the second half, like they said, that quieted down a little bit, and Jameis was able to take off and run a few times, but he wasn't able, for the most part, to be able to scramble around and find the guy 30, 40, maybe even 50 yards down the field. And then sometimes he just flat out missed the guys. Whether it was too high, too low. And they keep mentioning, Tomlin did this too, the complete team, like all three phases. So I truly believe that they're looking at this and it's like, guys, look what we have here. At all three phases. Look what we have. Look what we can do. And then the Keanu interception, it's been mentioned a few times, but and then they're praising the hell out of him, and as they should. It's a defensive lineman making an insane play. Let's see. Okay. So I think it was Elliott said something similar to what George Pickens said last week. How George, if you don't know, talked about the snow and how it really helped out the Browns. He doesn't think they're a good team. And Elliott here says, we're a much better team than them. Well, I don't know if he said much, but he said we're a better team than them. And while, yeah, it's great and all to, beat them after they beat us. And it's not like that's going to really affect playoffs or anything like that. It's not like a Steelers-Ravens situation. Like, the Browns lost this game. They're out of playoff contention. So that's just interesting that he said more or less the same thing. Then talked about the Eagles a little bit and how they are loaded on offense, and they really are. Between all the firepower that they have, it's going to be a heck of a challenge for the defense when they go to Philly. And then Elliott may end up being fined for what he said, where he talked about, like, and I don't know, like, as far as, I know fans would say this, and players really try to not, because one, you'll get fined, or two, it's just a bad look, bulletin board material for other teams, whatever. But it was the fact he's like, I can't remember the exact quote, so I'll paraphrase a little, but like how it's just, I guess everyone's against them, talking about the refs. You can get the exact quote from him, but he's probably going to expect a fine for that, for what he said. All right, let's go inside the locker room.
Ever have an interception? In high school, not in college or the league yet until today. As a nose tackle? There's a nose tackle, yeah.
Yeah, what is it with this defense making so much plays like that? You guys seem to do it every single week to kind of split the offense.
Yeah, I feel like everybody had their turn, and you never know when it's gonna come. So we just make sure we stay high energy through the ups and downs, and not get too high, not get too low, and it allows for those plays.
Was the biggest thing pressure for Jameson today for you guys?
Yeah, definitely keeping him in the pocket. I feel like last game we let him out of the pocket a little too much for our liking, and today we had to keep him in.
What did you see on the play? Was that something you read or something you saw on film?
Usually the guys across from you are supposed to block you, and when it's screened, they don't. So you find the ball, or you find the running back or whoever they're throwing it to, and you throw it up.
Now you just have to work on your stiff arm?
Yeah. I just had to get the ball, get down, make sure it was secure.
That was one of the early turning points in this game. What does it mean to you to contribute in that way for your team?
It's awesome. I feel like personally I haven't been able to do that, like a big play like that, and it's not always going to happen in big plays, but it felt good today.
What did you guys learn about your offense being able to still put up 27 points even without George able to go today?
Big time. It's credit to the receiver room. We have a lot of good players in there, and they stepped up big time. And for Scotty to come in today and think he was inactive, and then George was down, and for him to flip a switch and come in and make big plays, man, that's credit to him and who he is, and the whole receiver room and Coach Z.
Obviously, George is a focal point for you guys every week. How much did the game plan change when you found out?
It didn't change at all. We have all belief in everyone on the offense, and so Art, told us before the game, and man, it was great.
So when did you have an idea that he wouldn't be able to go today?
My dad texted me. He texted me and said, GP's down, hamstring. I was like, okay, here we go. So thanks, Dad.
You said this team close. Is this team getting closer? Have you noticed over the last couple
man.
years? Why?
I just feel like the young guys, especially on offense, defense has always been close, but especially on offense, just, going through the growing pains of, lack of playoff success. And, we're the leaders on the offense now. So, in year 4, me, Naj, Dan, Isaac, obviously he's older, but man, just, leading and wanting to win.
Do you feel like you're getting on that moving train that Tomlin talks about?
Yeah, for sure. I show up every week, focus on the preparation, practice hard, make plays, and just, whenever the opportunity presents itself, take advantage of it.
Do you feel it's coming to you more, the ball's coming to you more, the opportunities? You're getting...
I got about 4 or 5 balls that came my way today. Made some plays. Just whenever I get opportunities, just try to make the best out of it. You never know when the opportunity will come. So for me, whenever the ball come my way, just make sure I make a play. Had a few big plays. One of them was a PI. I don't know how. I'm just a big guy, you feel me? So
you just had your hand on his back. You didn't push.
I'm just trying to feel where he at, really, and then just stop for the ball. And I guess.
Well, when he goes down,
it
looks like
I got
a
a job
push.
to do also. Made up for it on that 3rd down. So yeah, just looking forward to keep building, making plays, and keeping this thing rolling.
Is it a quarter tradition to have one of those scuffles with the Browns? Is that something you can add to your resume at this point?
Yeah, that's the thing. I wasn't even trying to have a scuffle with him, but I already don't like those guys, and they don't like us. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. We playing football though, and I'm just happy that we got the team win. And at the end of the day, they lost, we won, so I'm happy.
Your dad wants to try go on their bus or something like that?
No, we ain't doing that no more. Yeah, we ain't doing that no more.
Joey, I know you guys are trying to approach every game the same, but to avenge that loss from 2 weeks ago, is there any satisfaction or relief in that?
Like Coach T been saying all week, it's not a get back, it's a get right. And I feel like that's what everybody felt like. It was a get right. We had to pick up and learn from our mistakes last game. And I feel like we did that. We played better. We hustled around the ball, and we were the more physical team. So I feel happy about this victory.
Was the defense really keyed on getting the win today after the performance in Cleveland?
Definitely, we come out and we are trying to get the victory, and we are trying to be the main reason for the victory. This is a team sport, but we have a lot of confidence on the defensive side, and we always want the game on us. So the fact that we came out ready to play and was well prepared, I feel like that showed on tape.
What do you make of just the constant takeaways from you guys as a defense? 3 more today, and just the way you guys have been playing all year long that way.
Keanu Benton, what a hell of a play by him, and then obviously the others as well. But just an opportunistic group, guys that want to make impact plays, and we're doing the big moments.
How great was it to have Alex back out there and make such an impact as well right away?
Huge. I think it was the 3rd play of the game. He had a huge sack, and he was applying pressure all day. We know he's a great pass rusher and a run defender when he's out there, and I'm just glad that he was out there delivering us.
For you guys to own this series at home, 21 straight regular season home wins over these guys, is it a mental thing, both sides, for you guys coming and feeling confident, maybe them just feeling like, man, can we do this?
I don't know. No game in the NFL is easy. It was a tough challenge today, and happy to get the win.
DJ, I'm sorry if you've been asked this, but did you feel like
for the defense, your tackle on first down on the first play of the game kind of set the tone for how you guys were going to play it today?
I don't know.
That was a great tackle by him.
Come out and get involved
Unblocked.
as possible, as I try to do each and every week, and we just came out energized as a group from the start.
Was that kind of a layover for? I mean, I think up there you guys have one tackle for a loss. You got rid of we already have a tackle for a loss right out of the gate. I mean, you played on that side of the line of scrimmage.
We just want to be aggressive each and every week, and we know it wasn't acceptable when we were up there, and we wanted to right it, and we wanted to show that we were a better defense than we showed that day, and overall, obviously, we came out with a win, and it was a much better performance.
Pause. Not letting it get to the other one. Really, the only note I made here was the breakdown of the interception by Keanu to actually get his opinion on it. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go rush the passer. I'm gonna go try, go forward. Wait, why is no one blocking me? Oh, okay, this is a screen. Where's the running back? There he is. I'm gonna go this way. Oh my God, he's throwing this? Mine. That was a pretty simple breakdown of it, but really that's what it was. So, yeah, that is all the player media. I'm going to end this so I can watch the Bengals and Cowboys game and know if I'm going to make the playoffs or not. So, if you guys did enjoy this, please do leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. And I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.